You're very welcome back to the final part of the 6 o'clock show. I know what you're thinking, and the gyms are open on the 7th of June. But between now and then, I'm eating all the s'mores. Eoin Sheehan's in the 6 kitchen, and we're having s'mores tonight.
Yeah. Until then, I'm going to keep doing desserts and as high calorie as we can. And then when the gym's open,
we've got to be ready, man.
We'll bring it back to normality then.
Got to be carbed up.
They want a challenge. Those gym instructors, they want a challenge. So where do we start with this?
So, as I said a while ago, s'mores traditionally does like kind of 3 ingredients, but we're going to kind of upgrade it a small little bit.
You're going to Eoin Sheehanify it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. So instead of a graham cracker base or a digestive biscuit or a tuck biscuit,
yes,
we're going to make a kind of cookie base. We're going to add some biscuits to it to kind of get that familiar taste and texture. But I started here. I have just some butter and sugar and just cream that together. So again, nice and kind of room temperature butter and the sugar, mix that together and you'll get this nice kind of fluffy consistency as you were if you're making cookie dough. It's the exact same as that. Add in your 2 eggs. So again, this is just pretty much a cookie recipe so far, and then we kind of build in the s'mores element to it. You can kind of
just stop at the cookie if you want. I'd eat that out of the bowl.
Yeah.
And you start to just incorporate that together, like so. So again, this is the eggs will be that kind of raising agent that'll kind of bulk them up. And you'll see even when you bake them, you get a kind of nice rise in the mix anyway. So it kind of fills up the tub and it surrounds all of those marshmallows and chocolate, okay? So go in here, you can spend a bit of time on this if you have the time at home, okay? And then into this, we're gonna add in the biscuits. So again, you could simply just get your digestive biscuits, your marshmallows, your chocolate, over a campfire, over a light, into the oven for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And you get that nice kind of sandwich mixture. But if you want, you can knock in your biscuits into your base.
So what, you used digestives, did you?
I used digestives, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, again, you'll get that kind of nice crunch and consistency and kind of texture, and it adds to the whole kind of s'mores element.
My trainer in the gym is having an aneurysm now looking at this.
Exactly,
it looks
yeah.
So
everything in moderation. You can have a nice small little bit. It's only a couple of calories.
Like I said, for the next 2 weeks, I'm enjoying myself. I'm going to go back. I'm going to give him a job to do when he comes back.
Work out at home, you know that, yeah?
Can you?
Yeah.
Do people do that? Not at all. Not at all.
So
got to support the gyms. Support the gyms.
Yeah. Not do that unless I go back.
We have our dry ingredients here. So our flour, our baking powder, and a little bit of salt. Add that in. And just start to sieve that in. Again, we incorporate a small little bit of air. That's why we do this. You could add it and knock it in straight away.
You use baking powder, so that would do. Have you
It'll
used
give
plain
a small
flour?
little bit of a rise. Yeah. So plain flour, yeah. If you use self-raising, just use a little bit less baking powder as well, because it's already kind of built in there, okay?
Okay.
So sieve all that in, and then start to just fold this together. So again, I always say this when I'm doing recipes, the reason we sieve is to add air. If we go crazy now and mix it all together and make it a gym session, we're going to knock all that air out.
Okay.
We don't want any of that here. We just nice and gradually start to fold that together. So
you want it to be folded in by hand? You don't want the mixer going?
No, there's no need at all. No need at all. So start to fold that through bit by bit, and you'll start to see the wet and the dry ingredients will start to kind of come together. The dryness will kind of sieve out a bit, and you get that nice kind of cookie consistency and colour in the mixture here, okay?
Can you use this for other things then as well, Eoin, once you've got this made?
You could legit just make cookies out of this. You could put them and bake them as cookies. You could eat it as cookie dough once you're happy with the
Throw in a few chips
eggs.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Chocolate chips.
Cookie dough.
Not potato chips.
Cookie dough. That's it.
So what we'll do here is now we're kind of making that s'mores element here. So we'll take this, we'll get a baking tin.
Yeah.
Like so. We'll add the majority of the mix to the base of itself, okay? We'll keep a little bit to top it to make a roof. So again, we often have like housing references to my bake. We often said before, like we make the foundations first and then we add the roof, and that's what we're doing here as well. So this is the foundation that's going to be added in. Knock that in and just spread that along the base. Okay, so this is our cookie base. So again, if it was a s'more, this would be the bottom wafer of the tin, okay?
Gotcha.
So spread that all around as best you can. And what we'll do now is we'll add the middle layer, which is going to be our marshmallows. So you could do a marshmallow fluff if you wanted. You can get them in the tubs where it's already melted down.
Oh, yeah.
You don't really need to. Again, they work fine with just normal marshmallows. Just pop them in all over the top, spread them around, plenty of it.
I found a packet of those in the house the other night, and they were the only sweet things in the house, and I ate the whole thing of the baking marshmallows. So I was like, sure, it's grand.
Yeah, they're delicious, yeah.
It's not open until the 7th of June.
What?
The gyms don't open until the 7th of June.
So you're allowed, yeah.
So we're allowed to do anything we want. It's Christmas until the 7th of June.
Why would I have baking marshmallows in the house, though? What was I going to bake?
So once that's a full layer down, again, use plenty of it. That's going to act as if your glue. It's going to be this nice kind of gooey middle layer to the bake. Next in is our chocolate. Add that up on top. Again, that's going to
cooking
melt,
chocolate,
that's
is it?
going to bake. No, that's actually just normal chocolate, that's Cadbury chocolate.
Okay.
You can do
Oh.
whatever you want. And again, that's the beauty, you can kind of change this, you could do any chocolate of your preference.
Yeah.
Cadbury's, or you could do Kinder Bueno, or you could do anything like that.
Anything you want,
Anything
any
you
sort
want.
of chocolate.
The world is your
dark,
oyster when it comes
white.
to this. So then
Milk,
take
brilliant.
a little bit of the rest of the cookie dough, just pop that down, even in the four corners. There's no need to kind of spread it evenly across because it's going to rise, it's going to bake, and you want little bits of marshmallows and little bits of chocolate to kind of pop up in and around the mix anyway. So pop it in, leave it down around the top. That'll kind of bake as itself on top, okay? So now we're going to pop that into the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes at about 175 degrees, okay?
Okay.
So that goes in, it's just this massive mix of cookies, marshmallows, and chocolate.
Yes.
It's very hard to go wrong with this. So pop that in. What will come out are these beautiful blondies. We made blondies last week. Is these s'mores. Okay, so you can see you have those layers of the marshmallows in the center, little bits of chocolate throughout, and then the cookie on the top and the bottom. So it's just this crazy mixture.
Love.
And again, go wild, add some more little marshmallows over the top. Again, as always, I knew Ray enjoyed it last week, so I've melted some chocolate again, Ray. I melted biscuit last week.
Don't you
Oh, yes.
start.
So
The
again, I
biscuit
couldn't
was
not come to the
gorgeous.
studio and melt it again and drill some
Something
more
else,
top.
you
So
naughty boy.
I'll leave the commentary
Here
to
we
you
go.
if you don't mind, please.
Here we go.
There we go.
You
I'm going to need it
cheeky,
in a recording,
cheeky
Ray, if you
boy.
don't mind.
And would you have this hot as well? Like just out of the oven? Or would
Absolutely,
you
yeah. Hot or cold. So leave it cool a little bit. It'll
you
take me
go.
15 minutes just so you'll get it out of the tin pretty easily.
I'm making it.
But
This
after
is
that,
another one I'll make.
That's the one that's definitely doable.
Oh, and they're the ones that I
It's called
make.
lump it in a tin, heat
It's
it, eat it.
the most, yeah, it's just the easiest recipe you could do. But
Fantastic.
it is delicious and it's 3 elements.
It is so good. That's going to be up on 6 Eats. You can Google. Owen will have it on his Instagram, and I'll put it on my Instagram as well. Delicious.
I won't
Owen
put it on
Sheehan.
my
Thank you so much, Owen.
It'll be eaten.
Delicious. Delicious.
The one on my Instagram will be
Some-